All right. Want to do a follow-up video on Canelo versus GGG 3. This is like a more of a post-fight, and it's gonna double up as a prediction with Shakur Stevenson versus Robinson Conceição as well. Um, well, first thing about that fight, clearly it didn't end in a stoppage, but Canelo was victorious. He did win a 12-round unanimous decision, and just pretty much beat GG for pretty much most of the fight. I mean, it did look a little rocky around the ninth round. I mean, Canelo was obviously, he was going down on his stamina, but he did have a sustained beating on GGG for damn near 8 rounds. All those rounds, up to 9 rounds really. So either way, he did look good up to the part where he started running out of gas, and then until then GGG took over. By that time, it was already too late. I would say GGG did look like he was 40. He couldn't pull the trigger as much, and he didn't seem to just let his hands go as much until later on. And I don't know what his game plan was per se for Canelo, but they waited too long to shoot off anything, and by the time that he was trying to mount back any sort of offense, it was the late rounds. So either way, he lost it. Now, where does GGG go now? I mean, at the end of the day, he still is the champ at 160, and he still has his belt. So they're saying that he may have to fight against Erislandy Lara, which I think would be a great fight to see. I think that Erislandy Lara looked good in his last fight, and well, I would say Erislandy Lara looked also kind of looked a little older in his last fight. But the thing is, he still has his boxing power, and he can be still a little elusive sometimes. It's still a little slick still, so that would still be a good fight for GGG if he wants to take that fight. And as far as Canelo, I'm thinking David Benavidez at this point. I think that would be the next fight then. That should be the next fight, but of course Canelo was on some weird actually, I don't know what. He cleared it up, actually. He did say he cleared it up. He said the situation where he'll fight anybody. He doesn't want to fight Mexicans, but he'll fight them. It's whatever. So, okay. So, in this case now, I want to move on to and just say, I really say him and David Benavidez should just fight. If they do fight, I do expect it to be a little competitive. But Canelo did injure himself, or he hurt himself in the last fight with GGG, so he might take off a lot of time, maybe a year or so, or 6 months, who knows. But I know he's going to take off some time. But if he does come back, I would like him to see fight David Benavidez. I do think David Benavidez has a good chance to beat him, but I guess we'll see when that fight gets closer. And as far as Shakur Stevenson versus Robinson Conceição, first off, let me just say that Shakur Stevenson is my favorite technical boxer right now. I think watching him box is a marvelous. He always puts on a marvelous display. Um, he's dominated like pretty much every opponent he's been in there with. Even when I'm thinking it's gonna be a tough fight, he makes it look so easy. Oscar Valdez, I thought it was gonna look somewhat tougher than it what it looked like, but it didn't. He just took over and it was whatever. So. Also, with that being said, though, Oscar Valdez did have a fight with Robin Cecil, and I do remember I watched that fight as well. It did look like Conceição was in control of that fight, and a lot of people see Conceição as kind of the true victor of that fight, even though Valdez got the nod, and some say it was a hometown advantage. So there's that. He's a good boxer. He has really good reflexes. Um, he gets in there. He looks like a dog. He doesn't look like he could mix it up. I think he brings some dynamics to the table. I know that he is two-time gold medalist for Brazil. Gotta check. It might be three-time, but either way, I know he's well decorated. So he has a well decorated amateur, and I know it has a gold medal in there. So at least respect for that. So he will bring an extensive amateur background, and with that being said, he should have. He should bring something to the table. Now, Shakur Stevenson, he came in the weigh-in over by 1.6 pounds, so obviously he's going to move up to 135 after this fight. I figured that he was going to move up to 135. I just didn't expect it to be in this way, but either way, it happened. So. I'm really expecting him to dominate, Conceição, because at this point, I've only seen Shakur Stevenson do that, and as far as I'm concerned, at this weight class, he's only going to do that to anybody. So I'm only really expecting him to shut down Conceição. I'm expecting Conceição maybe to get a few good jabs in here and there, but Shakur Stevenson, I think, is going to punish him. I think he is going to walk him down, and I think he is, gonna take over and possibly stop Conceição for real. Heck, I know I got it all wrong with Canelo and that prediction, and hey, it happens. He hurt his hand in the fight, but hey, he was doing pretty good or whatever. Didn't get the knockout, but for some reason though, in this fight, it doesn't matter. It's boxing. I could be wrong or right. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's my brother in the background. But anyway, I honestly believe that Shakur Stevenson is going to walk him down and stop Conceição. And it's probably going to happen maybe in the 4th or 5th round. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I just 4th or 5th round stoppage and just battering Conceição. I can see Conceição walking into a lot of shots. I think he's a prideful. His pride is going to take over. He's going to rush in there and try to rough house Shakur, but I think it's not going to work. I think he's gonna push him out into the distance and have his way with him from the mid range. So I think he's gonna tear him apart with hooks and straights, jabs. I think he's gonna just think I'm battered, battered. Yeah, I think he's gonna batter the shit out of him, really. So yeah, so expect a stoppage around fourth, fifth round. Um, Shakur Stevenson rarely gets hit, so I don't expect him to get really hit in this round. I just expect a showcase. It is a little undisciplined to come off weight, but hey, it happens. But either way, I do expect him still to put on a showcase and batter Conceição as far as that's concerned. But either way, y'all have a good day, good night, whatever. And I hope y'all enjoy the fight or whatever.